What?
Yeah,
Oh,
so he will doodle
okay. He wants me to read this. Welcome to the All American Otaku Show. Is that right? Okay, don't kill me. Thank you. Bye.
That's so good.
Join the ride, jumping in where the stories collide. From the screen to the song, this is where we belong. All American Otaku, let's come alive. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the All American Otaku Show. Sorry about it for my delay and my lack of emotion and stuff. I just had two teeth removed this day before I actually started filming. I'm not feeling really the best of a weather right now, but I'm going to still chuck on and see how it goes. We're going to talk about the characters in this anime of Witch Hat Atelier. We're also going to talk about the plot lines, what I thought of the season, the overall idea of magic in there, and the idea of female and female friendship and friendship of things, and what some people think this anime is about, even though a lot of it is not exactly what they're talking about. Here, let's go on with the review. First, I'm going to talk about is the characters. First character I'm going to talk about is Agat. She is kind of like she seems kind of harsh and well reserved and more arrogant about herself, doesn't want to deal with any of the other nonsense of the other members of the apprentice. She really striving hard and thinks her hard work and sometimes is cruel to there to the fun part where she tested Coco by opening a door, magic door, and throwing in there to for her to get this certain flower. And but she did let her use her shoes with the runes on it to allow Coco to fly. The idea she just left her there to possibly die or possibly get lost or what have you, just to get this herb and to get a test that she deems more worthy. She doesn't like any non magical folk. She barely likes any magical folk. She's really arrogant about herself and arrogant and believes in her ideas. Not a role like character in the anime, but she does have some redeeming qualities like helping at the very end, helping the two other apprentices to really get stronger and willing to do what it needs to pass the test. The next character I'm going to talk about is Reveille. She has blue hair, like ice blue hair, blue ice blue eyes, and she's kind of talks into the third person. She always talks about how what she only wants to do the spell she wants to do. She always wants to only do what she wants to do. She doesn't like any test, doesn't like doing any tests because it sometimes involves things that she doesn't want to do. Since she only does the spells and only practice what she wants to do, her spell list is very limited. Her magic is very limited as well. She only does certain things that she wants to do. She's very childlike personality, very I do what I want to do and everything else, and to the point when she was arguing with the main character, Coffrey, to the point where she's like, I don't want to take a test. He said I didn't have to take any tests. He said I could do only spells I want to do. She was almost to the point of quitting, but then Coffrey says, do the spells and do everything your way. Do what you want to do. You should pass the test and move on from apprentice to further. This also leads to the other characters like Telly. She's a very happy, energetic, and upbeat, always wanting to help people. Very childlike voice and personality. Great accent in the English dub. She first meets Coco and accepts her and hugs, and then when Coco says thank you, she's like, "Oh, I never been thanked before. Thank you for thanking me. Oh, I love this thing and everything else," and really loves to try to food and trying to feel and make Coco welcome. And next of all list is Quifrey. He's a very he's the main wizard in the or witch in this that is not apprentice. He accepted Coco from the very beginning when she says, "I want to learn how to do magic," even though she's kind of a non-magical person. He was first going to erase her mind, decided not to, seeing Coco's conviction and Coco's love for magic. He instead decided to take her as an apprentice, even though it's against the rules in the Witch Kingdom. He trained her in various different magic and runes and how to do it, and also eventually trying to train her how to undo the spell that she accidentally did when one of the Brim Hats gave her a magic wand and opened it up and there's a pin and a book of different relics and stuff and magic you're not supposed to do. She does the magic and creates a crystal, which then froze her mom and almost froze her. He ended up rescuing her, and even though it would put his own life in line, he does that in the cliffhanger ending of the anime as well. He is very protective of his apprentices. He's a very kind and individual and soft-spoken individual. And this leads on to the last character I'm going to talk about in this review is none other than Coco. She is a non-magical person, but always fascinated by magic. Doesn't know how it works at first. She really was fascinated by the steps. Still, the steps she go on and they glow, and everything else on the road it glows, and the glyphs. She soon watches, even though she wasn't supposed to be a witch, recreating glow for a flying car type thing. She goes in there and takes the brim magic and realizes it's a pin and creates in there and creates chaos and creates this crystal thing and accidentally freezes her mom and stuff. And that's when Kwaifi takes him as apprentice so she can learn and perhaps undo the spell. She is a very inner go-to attitude, very hardworking, very willing to do things and willing to learn magic and very fascinating about the whole magic world. Next, I'm going to go for my reviews after the characters. This is an anime with a unique way of doing magic. Most magic, it's usually spells or staff spells or swords or something, or even enchantments. This one, magic is done by drawing glyphs, or what we call rune magic. And when I run D&D, they draw glyphs and places glyphs on their outfits to make them shine or do something. They also put glyphs on the shoes so they could fly, put glyphs on step roads in there, and there's even bad glyphs like the crystal thing or trying to consume a negative magic like the Brim Hats do. This story starts off with Coco and her mom going to a fair when she was younger. She's looking back, and she gets this book, and she says, "Oh, I want to buy this magic book and this wand." She does and sets it away, and then eventually she works at a tailor shop with her mom, cutting straight lines, being able to draw straight lines, and very unique ability to do that without really looking or a ruler or stuff to draw straight lines. She meets Koifi, who is a witch, and she's fascinated. "Oh, you do magic, you're a witch. I'm really fascinated by you," types thing. Very upbeat and very fascinated by the magic world. Eventually, once she finds out how magic glyphs work, she draws a circle and things and a glyph thing on in the book, but the glyph goes haywire, starts freezing her house, and Quinfrey, despite the danger of himself, goes in there and rescues her and says, "I'm going to have to erase your memory and stuff." She says, "No, no, I want to learn how to be a witch." He took pity and likes her drive and says, "Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do magic." There, Coco meets Telly, who's very upbeat and giving food and very accepting, while Agat is not really accepting of her and really wants to say, "Okay, you're useless to me. You got to learn how to do magic. You got to do this. You got to be as good as I am to if you're going to make it in this world." She's harsh. She was harsh and stuff too, Coco, and to the point of actually dropping her in like a door and everything without really learning how to do magic, really. Then he also concludes into this aspect of what the magic world, like Pegasus and creatures of like dragons and so forth, exists in the world. You have idea who people who create magical ink with various different magic artifacts. One of the characters, I forget his name, who only sees black and white and can't really see what spells or what blue or everything else is, and he has to have the writings on the bottles, and when the bottles were removed he was stuck on what to do. And the idea that there was his master had his memory erased because he found out by Coco and is what Quayfrey did, and he's trying to find out what happened, how he got his memory erased, what happened there. This anime, they speak with the various different British and Irish accents, which is very awesome. The artwork is very unique and awesome, which I may talk more about when I do my anime episode on anime of unique animation. This anime is very detailed and thorough. And it's like what people think this anime is about. They think it's about LGBTQ, that the girls are end up gay with each other or something, because people say if there's female on female friendship or any type of friendship in things, they automatically assume it's gay love or heterosexual love, or there's actually more of a relationship of boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend, which is not necessarily true in this one, because they're elementary school and people can be friends without them being romantic friends. I would say this anime is really good and really well placed and really well designed. If I was going to give this anime, it would give it a 5 out of 5. Thank you for awesome world building, awesome story building, and awesome characters. Thank you.
Morning pages, thinking tea, dog-eared panels next to me, late night quests and chapter breaks, familiar hearts, familiar ache. We grew up on borrowed skies, big dreams hidden in small eyes. Turn the page, don't let it go. There's a world we